Guys, I'm just sharing this link really quick. Technical difficulties. For some reason, it would not let me start my video in the previous meeting, which I kind of need video to start this. So I'm going to just copy this to my Facebook really quick so that people can hop on. And then I'm going to share it to my Fit Foodie page real quick. And then I'm going to go live on Instagram. So bear with me for a couple of seconds. It wouldn't be right without technical difficulties. I swear I never fails. Like I never have problems until I need to not have problems. Hi, Bun Bun. Bun Bun's just out back there hopping around. So I'm excited. We're gonna make some fun things tonight. Pretty simple stuff. We're gonna make some energy bites, some strawberry salsa, strawberry chicken salad. Let me just post this real quick. There we go. And egg roll in a bowl, chicken egg roll in a bowl. All right, now I'm gonna go live on Instagram and then we'll start. So, let's see here. That looks good. I have my computer literally set up in my sink so that you guys can see. Make sure this looks good. Just fix that a little bit. Okay. All right. So now we're ready, you guys. I swear, good thing I'm drinking wine because that's stressful when technical difficulties happen. I apologize for that for anyone. I know there's a couple of you waiting on there to get in, so hopefully you see my new link posted. But we're gonna start with protein energy bites. These are actually Almond Joy protein bites, and they are one of my favorite things. I'm gonna turn the comments on here because last time I did this meal prep, I couldn't see the comments and people were like asking questions and I want to be able to see what people are asking. Let's see here. I don't even know how to do that. Another technical difficulties. Okay, I think I got it figured out. So this is about as good as it's gonna get for my in-home meal prep little studio. Kind of hard to see, but first things first. So we are gonna do, I already started measuring things out and then I was like, why am I measuring this out? You guys have to do it with me. So for these protein, these are my favorite protein Almond Joy. It's called Almond Joy protein bites. So I kind of just made this up one day because I had some coconut and some almonds and I was trying to use up the rest of it one day when I was making energy bites. So I just added it into my protein energy bites. So I call these my Almond Joy protein bites. So you're gonna start with 2.5 cups of oats. I use, where are my oats? I already put them away because I don't have a ton of space, but I just use Quaker oats, old-fashioned oats. 2.5 cups of those. I already measured it out. And then I've got a cup of peanut butter. And I use like, this is a heaping cup because peanut butter, enough said, peanut butter. So drop that baby in there. And then a 1/4 cup of honey. And I don't want to waste any peanut butter. You guys, I have my camera like set up in my sink right now, or my computer. But we're gonna scoop off this peanut butter, get that in there. And then I've got a 1/4 cup of honey. We're gonna put that right in there as well. And I actually like to use gloves for these, obviously, when I'm making things for my meal prep company and not at home. This is like all for my family. So I could use my bare hands, but it gets really messy. So I actually like to use gloves, but I realize most people probably don't have food gloves laying around. And then we're gonna do a 1/4 cup almonds. And you guys, I use Great Value like everything because almonds are almonds. And don't let the brand fool you. Like a lot of these brands will charge you more. Then we're gonna do a 1/4 cup almond slivers for sliced almonds. Get that out of my way. And then I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of unsweetened coconut flakes. Coconut flakes. And then I am going to do a 1/4 cup of chia seeds. Put that in there. And then I'm going to move all this out of my way. I only have so much space going on here. And then I'm going to do 2 scoops of chocolate protein powder. I personally use Shakeology. It has tons of superfoods, tons of nutrition. That's what I drink, but you can really use any chocolate protein powder that you want. 2 scoops of it. I use, like I said, Shakeology. 2 scoops of that. You guys, I have these little stickers. I literally make a list before you're meal prepping, write out what you need to make. Sometimes I get ahead of me. So I have these little stickers that says like everything that I have. And I double check it to make sure that I have everything I need because I can't tell you how many times, even when I'm meal prepping for my meal prep company, I have all the labels that say what's in it. And sometimes I forget to read that and I get ahead of myself and then I forget certain things. It happens. So try to make a list ahead of time and follow the list. 2.5 cup oats, 1 cup peanut butter, a 1/4 cup almonds, a 1/4 cup chia seeds, 2 scoops protein powder, a 1/4 cup coconut, and a 1/4 cup honey. Okay, so I have all of those. And then I'm just gonna mix it all together. I'm not gonna put these into balls for you guys because that would take way too long. But I am gonna mix it and I'll do a couple of them just to show you and put them in a meal prep container. I'm gonna put on some gloves. But I'm not going to do all of these because we'd be here for a long time. And we're trying to keep this video somewhat entertaining. So now you have the ratios, you know what to do. You can get this all ready. You can do it at home. I do have in my highlights on Instagram, I have like all these recipes. And I'm also working on a Fit Foodie cookbook that will have like tons of awesome recipes. These gloves are like huge. I usually have different ones, but you just really want to get in there. Your hands are going to get really dirty. Like they are going to be covered, but that's okay. That's part of making these energy balls. And it makes it more difficult when the gloves are too big. Like these are way too big for my hands. So it makes it very difficult to do this, but you know what, I'm going to actually just use my bare hands and wash my hands because these gloves keep falling off and it's making it twice as hard. So there's pros and cons of gloves. Okay, so don't worry, I have freshly clean washed hands. So you're going to get in there and just really like mix this around. It's going to be a huge mess, but that's okay. So after you get it mixed really good, for those of you who are just popping on, it is 2.5 cups oats, 1 heaping cup peanut butter, and try to use like an all natural peanut butter. You don't want to use like, you know, Jiffy or something because it's still just sugar. I actually use Jiffy because I did not have anything else, but normally I would use like an all natural peanut butter. So and then I use a 1/4 cup almond slivers, a 1/4 cup honey, a 1/4 cup chia seeds. I threw my list away now, but I think that's everything I use. And then 2 scoops chocolate protein powder. You can use any protein powder that you want. And then what you do is I take a tablespoon and I'll usually just, once I get it mixed in really good, and this is like look at this. This is so messy. Anyone who's ever made protein energy bites, you know how messy it is. This is not something that, it's not something you do and stay clean. So now this is like all mixed in, and I'm not gonna do all of these. Like I said, I'm gonna just do a couple. I'm going to grab a meal prep container and I'm gonna do 6 of these just to show you guys. And then we'll move on to our strawberry salsa for our strawberry salad in a mason jar. I have all these meal prep containers, and well, this one doesn't have a crack, but in the mail, a bunch of them got sent to me and they had cracks all over in them. Super annoying, so now I just use them at home. But grab a tablespoon. So just grab like a tablespoon so you're doing equal parts for all of them. And then just roll it into a ball. I have this weird thing, I cannot handle the feeling of my hands being like this. It drives me so crazy. So I usually use gloves, but I don't have any of my good gloves at home. They're all at my kitchen, my commercial kitchen. So, but yeah, you just roll it into a little ball like this. I'll do 6 of them, and then we'll set this aside. I'll wash my hands, and we'll move on to the next thing. I'm just looking at the comments to see if there are any questions. Touching my phone with nasty hands. Nope, no questions. So yeah, just do that, roll them into little balls. Say hi if you're jumping on so I can say hi too. I don't see any comments. I think my comments are on, but I'm not really sure. But these energy balls, you guys, it's my favorite recipe because almond joy, like almonds, chia seeds, chocolate. I mean, doesn't get any better. Is that Cami? Hi, Cami. I think I see an emoji. My phone is like really far in across my sink, but I think that's you. Okay, so I'm gonna wash my hands and we're gonna move on to the next thing because this is like not entertaining to watch. And if you guys are doing this with me at home, you can set yours aside and do the rest. Ah, screw it, I only have one more left. I might as well just do one more. I've got Bob Marley radio going on in the background. Okay, so there are 6 Almond Joy protein energy bites. I'm gonna save the rest for later and do that when I'm not on video. Okay, then I will wash my hands. And we'll do our strawberry. Oh my gosh, my computer's like in my other side of my sink. It's like getting wet right now. I need a better recording setup because doing this at home is not ideal. Okay, now towel. A little sushi towel that my sister gave me. It's one of my favorite towels. Okay, so now we're gonna do the strawberry salsa. Out of the way. Clean up my mess here. Strawberry salsa is one of my favorite things, and it's like so simple. And I usually use fresh jalapenos, but I don't have fresh, so I'm using jarred jalapenos. But here's what we got going on here. Oops, I'm dropping a lime. It's okay though. This out of my way. All right, so you're gonna need limes. I usually use 1 lime for the juice. Soften it up a little bit. Then you're gonna need a pound of strawberries. I actually have more than a pound. Some cilantro. A fresh jalapeno is preferred, but I actually ate all of them, so I'm gonna use some pickled jalapenos. This I'm saving for later. And then a red onion, we're gonna use half of this for the strawberry salsa. We're gonna use the other half for our egg roll in a bowl. So, I will start, can you guys see this okay? Can't tell, yeah. I'm gonna move some of this so it's like not in the way, so you can see a little bit better. All right, and then if you have one of these things, it's fun to just like scoop it up. I need a bowl to put the salsa in. We're gonna just put it in this bowl right here. Set it up there. I need more counter space, clearly. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the onion, and I'm just gonna cut the ends off. Actually, I'm gonna grab a different knife and a garbage bowl. One thing I talk about often, if you are cutting an onion or peeling a potato over the garbage and you drop it in the garbage, you're out an onion or a potato. So I always like to have a clean garbage bowl that I can put scraps in, and then I dump the scraps into the garbage. So let me grab that and a different knife. You guys like my little Christmas bowl? So then I'll just put the scraps in there so they're not in my way. And then I'll do the other side. Other end off, and then look for the core and just cut it right through the middle of the core. And then peel off that outer layer and then take out the core. You can cut it out too, but I usually just peel it right out. My eyes are about to start watering. Yeah, and just peel it out on both sides. And one of these, 1/2 is going to use, remember, for our egg roll in a bowl. So that outer layer. Then you want to put your palm on the top of the onion. And when you're holding your knife, you want to hold it with your pointer and your thumb on the blade. I used to always hold it down here, and then I'd put my finger with my actually middle finger and thumb, I'd hold down here, and then my pointer finger I would put on the knife. But that is an incorrect way to hold your knife. I learned that in culinary school, and it does, sorry guys, I'm crying and my eyes are watering. But it does make a big difference actually in how efficiently you can cut. So hold it with your pointer and your thumb, and then it just gives you much more leverage. So put your palm, your other palm on top of the onion and cut a few slices, but don't cut them all the way back. You want to keep a little bit of the edge to kind of keep so that you can cut the onion more, you'll have more stability, I guess. And then you want to cut like this, not all the way back. You want to have a claw. You don't want to ever like, I still have chocolate on. Clearly didn't wash them good enough. Hang on. Like I said, those protein balls are super messy. But you want to have a claw on on the onion to kind of help grip it, and you don't want your fingers out, because if you have your fingers, you're going to end up cutting your finger. So you want to have your knuckles as your guide. If you have your hand in a claw, your knuckles will guide you. So you want them like that, so that you're not going to cut the tips of your fingers. And then once I get to the end, I just flip it over on its side, and I just cut it like that, and then turn it the other way, and cut it like that. Okay, so this half is actually going to be for our strawberry salsa. I'm going to do the other half, and I'm going to put it over in another bowl for our egg roll in a bowl. Same thing, do a couple of little slices. And it's funny, in culinary school, I was like the one that loved cutting onions. Everyone hated it, and I was like, let me cut all the onions. It's like my favorite thing to do. Put that on the side. Okay. Those ones didn't cut, so I'm just going to do those a little bit better. I'm going to set half of these aside in a different bowl, different meal prep container. I have some people from culinary school on my Instagram, so if you're watching, hello, I miss you guys. Okay, so then this other half, set that aside right there. I'm using my food processor. I don't really use this much, but I'm going to use it today. I don't use it much because I actually prefer chopping vegetables myself, but we're going to do things to make it a little bit more simple. And plus with salsa, you want it, it's just better to use one of these when you're making salsa. I really need to have more space. So, that over here. Let's set these over here. All right, so I've got my half of an onion, and this is a pretty big onion, so I'm only using half. If you have a small onion, use the whole thing. Then I've got a bunch of strawberries washed and cleaned. Some of them I made into roses the other day, so I'm just going to use these ones, cut off the tops, in a little garbage bowl. And I'm just going to roughly chop these because I'm actually putting them in the food processor. I am not going to be super precise with them because we're putting them in there anyways. So mainly the main thing, see my habit, I still sometimes accidentally do that. It's like just a habit. But I'm just going to chop the top off, cut them in half, and then cut them in half again and throw them in here. I'm not going to use all of these, but I will use a good portion of them. I had about 1.5 pounds, and I'm only going to use 1 pound. About 1 pound and about 1 onion, 1 medium onion. This was a really large onion, so I used half. Then we're going to use the juice of 1 lime. We're going to chop up a bunch of cilantro, and we're going to put in some jalapeno. It's preferable to use fresh if you like spicy, but I ate all of my fresh jalapenos, forgetting that I needed them for this. And as you guys know, getting groceries right now is real difficult. So these smaller pieces I've already cut. Yeah, and that's pretty much the strawberry salsa. So good. It's really fresh and crisp. And it's a very like summertime thing to eat. I can't even read the comments from over there, but I will check them in a little bit here. Oh my God, look at this enormous strawberry. Like, big as my head. Not quite, but it's pretty big. I have a big head, but strawberries are pretty big. Okay, time to take a little sip of wine and read comments before I blend everything up. Hey, Cami. Do I freeze? Someone asked, do I freeze them? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Are you referring to my strawberries? Comment again. I'm not sure if you're still on, but if you're talking about my strawberries, no, I buy fresh for the strawberry salsa. I suppose you probably could do frozen, but I personally haven't. Okay. I'm gonna do a couple more strawberries, and that should probably be good. I was messing around, like I said, and cutting roses in my strawberries. So a lot of these aren't looking the best, but that's perfect for strawberry salsa because they're kind of bruised and, you know, not looking the best. So it's not like you need them to look the best because we're going to blend them up in a food processor anyways. Okay, that is probably good. I'm going to add in my onions as well. In here. I am going to add some lime juice, and just a tip for you guys, if you're juicing a lime, I'm going to do 2 because I really like lime flavor, but roll it on your cutting board under the palm of your hand. Do that so you guys can see. Like roll it like this, and it's going to help get the juices out and just soften it up versus if you were just to take it and try and squeeze it. So do that and then cut it in half. And these are actually seedless, but I'm just squeeze out the lime juice. These ones are still really hard. I've had them in my fridge too, so that doesn't help. But squeeze out all the juice that you can. That one's juicy. And this one is not. Like squeezing a rock. Okay. And squeeze that out. Squeeze this one. Get as much as you can. Or you can even use like the juice, the lime juice from like from the can. Dry my hands off really quick. And I just have these pickled jalapenos, but like I said, use fresh jalapenos. It makes a huge difference. Way better. So I advise using fresh if you can. I don't have any, so I'm just going to use these. I'm going to do about the amount of what one jalapeno would be. Chop it up a little bit, even though I don't really need to since I'm going to put it in the food processor anyways, but why not? Throw that in there, these out of my way, and then we have our cilantro. This stuff out of my way. And one tip for you guys, cilantro, I've already rinsed it, but I always keep it in the fridge in a cup of water like this because it lasts much longer versus just trying to cut it and then keep it in your fridge. It gets really gross quickly. So I usually cut off where this little stem is. I just cut that off. And actually, I would normally throw it away, but now that I have a bunny, my bunny is gonna have some awesome cilantro to eat. Bun Bun, here, Bun Bun. I have this little bowl in the corner of my kitchen where all my scraps just go right to Bun Bun. Pretty much obsessed with my bunny. So anyways, with cilantro, I'm sure you guys are sick of my bunny. With cilantro, what you want to do is you want to roll it up like this. And then you want to just kind of go along here and chop it this way. And then you want to turn it the other way and chop it the other way. And then what I like to do is I will just take my hand and place it on the tip of my knife and just go like this to chop it. I like more of a thick chop cilantro, so I don't chop it too finely. And you don't really even need to go this crazy because we're gonna put this in the food processor anyways, but I'm gonna use half of this for the salsa. And then the other half, I'm gonna just save for later. I don't need that much cilantro in our salsa. So. Save that for later. Get it out of my way. Okay. Man, look at the comments quick. Clean this up really quick. And then we're gonna blend it in the food processor. Or we're not gonna blend it. I shouldn't say blend because you don't want to blend it. You want to chop it. And there's a setting on here, you pulse it to chop it. So that's what we're gonna do. You don't want to like full on blend it or you're gonna end up with like a strawberry jam instead of, or a strawberry sauce instead of kind of pulse it. And then I'm gonna take a spatula and push it down to get, because the top isn't gonna blend as well. Okay, so yeah, actually, I don't even really need to push it down because it looks good. I'm going to show you guys how awesome this looks. See, it is strawberry salsa, just like that. So good. You can have this on chips. You can have it, we're gonna have it on our salad, so we don't even need a salsa, or I'm sorry, we don't even need a dressing because this is gonna be our dressing, all the juices from the strawberries. I do have a raspberry vinaigrette you could use as well, but you don't have to. Like if you wanna be really healthy and not use a dressing, you can use this strawberry salsa on our salad instead of a dressing. I wanna show you guys that again. Looks so good. And it's really good on chips too. I'm like a chip addict. So I'm, out of the sake of not dirtying another bowl, I'm gonna keep this right in here until we need it. I'm gonna move some of this stuff, get it out of my way so that we can move on to our strawberry salad in a bowl or in a mason jar, sorry. And I already started cooking my chicken. So my chicken is actually in the crock pot. I had a ton of leftover chicken that was already cooked. So I just put it in the crock pot. You can cook chicken raw in the crock pot, Instant Pot, and then shred it, however you want to do it. The easiest way to meal prep is by using your crock pot or your Instant Pot. You can put it in there with a little water or a little chicken stock. Okay, so next up, I'm just gonna move this for a minute. And then we will do our mason jars. If you have mason jars, that's awesome. I am using the bigger ones. If you don't have mason jars, just use a Tupperware container, a meal prep container, a bowl, whatever you've got. We're not picky here. So now I've got these 3 big mason jars. They look so pretty. So we're gonna put those like that. And then if you wanted to use a raspberry vinaigrette, you would put that on the bottom first. I'm only going to use it on one just to show you guys. But open this. But the other 2, I'm just going to use the salsa, and I'm going to put that on the bottom because that's like my dressing. Shake this up. So on this one, we'll do this raspberry vinaigrette. Do that on the bottom because you always want to do your dressing if you're doing a mason jar salad. You always want to do it on the bottom. Otherwise, if you do it on the top, it's going to run down and make everything soggy. And a soggy salad is about the worst thing there is. So you don't want that. Okay, so then I'm going to save the rest. I'm going to save a big portion of this to just eat. But I'm going to put the strawberry salsa because there's all those juices that are going to come out. I'm going to put that on the bottom. That's going to be like my dressing. A very healthy dressing. And you could make your own dressing too. If you wanted, you could. I'll have my cookbook coming out with tons of healthy dressings and healthy recipes coming soon. So if you guys wanted to look at that, you can. But otherwise, Pinterest is amazing. So this is the one with the raspberry vinaigrette. I'm gonna add some strawberry salsa in there too because why not? And then the rest of this, I'm gonna put in a meal prep container and save for just eating because it's so good. And I only have 3 big mason jars. Plus, honestly, I hate salads. I never eat salads. So I am gonna add quinoa to these to make more of like a hearty meal. The salads are just super boring. So we've got, I did that. So we've got raspberry vinaigrette or salsa. Next, I'm going to do chicken. I'm going to do, if you're really macro orientated, weigh out your macros, which normally I do, but I don't have my food scale. It's at my commercial kitchen. I still haven't gotten it. So I'm just going to estimate it. And actually, 4 ounces of protein is typically about your palm size portion. So I am going to take my chicken right out of my crock pot, and I'm going to do that next. I want to save the spinach for last because when I eat this, I'm actually going to dump it out, and I want the spinach to be on top and the salad base to be on top so that all of the heavier things will push out the spinach versus if you had the spinach at the bottom, it would be very difficult to get that out of the bottom. So next up, I'm going to do chicken, and I'm going to do about a palm portion. I didn't shred it up, but it's already kind of broken up from the crock pot. So I'm going to do roughly this much with the juices because we like those juices. That's the flavor. So that's probably good. Do about the same amount for this one. And about the same amount. Like I said, if you want it to be really accurate, you're going to want to get a food scale and you're going to want to weigh this because eyeballing things can really mess up your progress if you're really trying to be accurate. I'm going to set that aside. Then I have my quinoa. I'm going to grab that. It's in my little rice cooker. So the ratios for quinoa or brown rice is 2-to-1. I use a little bit less for rice because otherwise it gets kind of like soggy. But for quinoa, however you say it, how do you really say it? Am I saying it right? Quinoa, hopefully. You'd think I'd know that by now, but I still don't even know how to say it properly. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. So for 1 cup of quinoa, you're gonna use 2 cups of water or chicken stock. I use chicken stock and I use 2 cups. So I use 2 cups of the dry quinoa and then 4 cups of chicken stock. I'm gonna grab that. And I'm gonna do about 1/2 of a cup of this. Where did I put my measuring cups now? I moved them. You're there. Okay. So I'm gonna do 1/2 a cup of the cooked quinoa in each of these, and I'm gonna grab a spoon to scoop it out in. So it's nice and fluffy. I love quinoa. So I'm just gonna pour that in there. And if you wanted to do low carb, you could just skip the quinoa and do spinach, but I like carbs. I eat a lot of carbs and I don't feel bad about it because I eat good carbs like quinoa or brown rice or sweet potatoes. So there's a big difference between carbs like sugar-filled cereal or pasta, like white pasta, versus fiber-filled carbs like this and brown rice and sweet potatoes. There's a big difference. So the rest of that I'm actually going to save for later throughout the week. I'll have this to eat and make mix and match things with our dinner all week long. So I'll put that in a meal prep container eventually. But right now, we are going to do, so I have some carrots that I'm going to use just to give a little color. I have some cabbage, some purple cabbage. I'm going to cut that up, put it in here. Then we're going to put the spinach. And then we're going to do, I have pickled beets that I'm just trying to use up. So I'm going to put those on there. And then some feta and some spinach. So let me just get everything out so I don't forget anything. Okay. So I'm just going to cut up this cabbage. I'm going to cut all of it because we're going to use the rest of it for our egg roll in a bowl. And when you're cutting cabbage, you want to just cut around that core. Nobody wants that. So I'm just going to cut that out of there. It's like the hard part you just don't want to eat. Oops. Cabbage is one of my favorite foods. It's so good for you and it's so pretty. It makes everything like beautiful. It's this purple, beautiful color. So I'm just gonna go like that. I've already washed and cleaned the cabbage. So I'm gonna cut it in half to make it more manageable. And then I want like shredded pieces of it. So I'm just gonna go like this, cut them pretty finely. And then I'm gonna turn it, cut them into bite-sized pieces. This little guy got left behind, so we're gonna just cut him up too. And then this has a pretty big chunk of the core that I'm gonna just cut right out. And I'm gonna try to do everything so that I'm wasting very, very minimal amounts of everything. So then for this thing, turn it, and just cut it into bite-sized pieces. Half of this is going to be for our egg roll in a bowl, and the other part of this is going to be for our salad. So I'm going to put next, I like putting the cabbage next because it's going to add color. Our quinoa is going to turn like purple and pink from the salsa and from the cabbage. And these salads can actually be eaten hot or cold. You can keep them up or you can eat them cold, whatever you prefer. Cabbage in. Then I'm just going to save the rest of this and put it in a little meal prep container. Just my little scoop now. Save the rest for our egg roll in a bowl. Then we're gonna do carrots next. A little bit for color. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of carrots. Basically just because I love colorful foods. So just a pinch. And then the rest of these are for our egg roll in a bowl as well. So we'll set that aside. And then kind of clean up as you go because if you're like me, I can't take having huge messes everywhere. It drives me crazy. So I'm just gonna, I'm like the messiest meal prepper too. I'm seriously such a messy meal prepper. I'm like throwing, my floor looks like a tornado hit and I'm done meal prepping. Even in my commercial kitchen. Okay. So we got carrots, cabbage. Okay, next I'm gonna do some feta. You can, if you're dairy free, you can skip this, but I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit in there. I love feta. A little bit more. That in the fridge. Then let's see. I'm gonna do pickled beets next. You can skip this, but I have some and I just wanted to like get rid of them. A little bit left, so it's like, what do I do with these? So I'm like, oh, perfect. I'll just, and look at that. That's gonna be like part of my dressing too. The beet juice. And I just got these at Walmart. You can make your own, but I just got these at Walmart. See, look at that pretty purple color. I'm all about eating the rainbow. And this salad, you're literally eating every color of the rainbow. So I'm just gonna divide this out between the three of these. Use them up. I try to do meal prep where I'm using up everything that I have. And these stain, so be careful because they will stain your counter tops. Then we're gonna do the spinach. Last but not least, shove that in there. And then when you dump this out, all the heavy things are on the bottom and all the dressing is on the bottom, so it's not gonna make your cabbage, or it's not gonna make your spinach super soggy. So that's why we do that. And you can put a little lime wedge in here too to squeeze out for a little extra dressing. That would be one way if you're trying to be healthy and not use a dressing. And this spinach is not super pretty. I've had it for a couple of days, so I'm gonna want to eat these salads first before my other stuff. Really cram as much as you can get in there because 2 cups or 1 cup of spinach is like 7 calories. So you're not going to hurt your results whatsoever by having twice the amount of spinach. It's going to be like 7 extra calories. So don't worry about that. Okay, so these are our little mason jar salads. And you can heat them up or you can have them cold, whatever you prefer. But they're so pretty. They have all the colors, strawberry. Oh, and then, oh no, I put the chicken in. Thought I was forgetting the chicken. I'm like, can't forget that. Can't forget the protein. So that's those. And then I'm gonna just set those aside, get them out of my way. Clean up my area, and then we will do, actually, I'm gonna move my camera and everything because we're gonna do the egg roll in a bowl next. Set these over here because these are done. My kitchen is so messy right now, you guys, and it's not even, I'm just beginning. Okay, let me move this, my little tripod, so hopefully you guys can see what's the herbs for. Not sure what you mean. But the cilantro is for the strawberry salsa, if that's what you're asking. Okay, so if you have a wok, you're gonna want to use a wok like this. I'm gonna just preheat it a little bit, get the pan hot, and then I'm gonna add a little extra virgin olive oil, and then I'm going to add some of this toasted sesame oil, both of these in the pan once it's hot though, and then from there I'm gonna put in my onions, my cabbage, and my carrots. I also bought one of these coleslaw mixes. If you, look at that, it's right in the way of my, okay, that's better. So my phone's still kind of in the way. Hang on. Sorry, I've got my Zoom video going on behind you guys, so I'm trying to do both videos at the same time, and it's not as easy as you would think it would be. Let me just move that. That's better. Now both of you can see. Okay. So you can use a coleslaw mix if you want. I am going to use both. Yeah. So first I'm going to start out by getting the pan hot. Turn my light on. Move this out of the way. Look at my kitchen. It is such a mess. Yeah. So if anyone wants to, well, if we weren't in quarantine, I'd say if anyone wants to come clean my kitchen, but forget that. Okay. So once the pan is hot, preheat it a little bit. Then add some olive oil, let that heat up a little. And then we're gonna add, you guys see this? Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully both cameras can see that. We're trying to multitask here. Okay, then we're gonna do a little toasted sesame oil. And this stuff is so good. And then we're gonna do our onions. It's hot now. Onions, cabbage, carrot, coleslaw mix. I don't even really need it, but it's kind of starting to go bad. So, and I bought it for this, so I'm gonna just use it up. Pour it in here. grab my wine. That's the good thing about meal prepping from home. You can drink wine while you do it. One day it's not so bad. I'll just stir it around. And if you don't have a huge wok like this, that's okay. You can actually just use like a couple different smaller sauté pans or fry pans. That'll be okay too. However, I love wok, and there's just something about them that makes something like this really, really good. So then you're gonna just kind of let that get hot. Who's watching with me? I can't really see. I only see 2 people live right now. Did I scare everyone away? Where'd you all go? And for the egg roll in a bowl, I'm actually going to, I'm going to add some of my quinoa in here because, like I said, I eat carbs, a lot of carbs. My buddy, he just got on the couch. I have no idea how he got up there. And these will shrink down a little bit as you're cooking them. So a couple things I've been obsessed with lately. Number 1, my bunny. All of you on Instagram know that. Number 2, little bandanas. I have been loving them, and headbands. Loving little bandanas and headbands. For one, I can't see my hairstylist for a long time. When you have platinum blonde hair, you need to cover those rips somehow. So yes, I love the walk too. And I have this set on a high, medium high, a little bit higher than medium high, and just kind of keep stirring it as it's heating. And then I'm actually gonna add the chicken to each meal prep container. If I were cooking this meal for my meal prep company, I would do all the vegetables first, and then I would weigh out and portion the protein. And I'm actually gonna do that same thing for the sake of this meal prep. So I wanna make sure I'm getting enough protein. And if I were to mix the protein in here, I would just be kind of guessing, and then dividing it out, you might not get enough protein in each of the meals. So I like to do this part first, and then I like to add in the protein on top so that I know each meal has the same amount of protein, so that I'm not ending up with one meal with only 1 ounce of protein and another meal with 8 ounces of protein. So I'll do that part first. And then after, we're gonna add in, now this is starting to like soften up. I want to turn my fan on, but I'm scared you guys won't be able to hear me. So I'm gonna add in some spices. I like to add in a little bit of rice vinegar. I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle some on there. And then I'll do the sesame seeds last. I'll sprinkle those on. I'll also add in the quinoa as a side at the end. I'm gonna add in a little bit of pepper and some salt in here though. And you can use soy sauce, but I prefer using liquid aminos. That's what I'm gonna add in here. And some sriracha, because you guys know I love sriracha. So I'm just gonna add in, oh, this is also another seasoning I use a lot of. It's everything but the bagel. I use this all the time. add in a little bit of that, some crushed red. Oh, geez. You guys see that? Can't make this stuff up. A little bit of crushed red pepper. However, I just dumped a lot because my top was a lot. And then I'm going to do some liquid aminos and some sriracha. And when you're adding it to a wok, just, you don't need a lot of liquid aminos, just a little bit, and add it around because it's going to go down and everywhere. So sriracha. And then that's good. I'm going to turn that off. So I turned off the heat, and I'm just going to kind of keep stirring it a little bit to make sure all those flavors and seasonings are mixed together. I gotta show you this. Look how pretty that is. So damn pretty. Okay. So now we're gonna just remove that from the heat, and we're gonna set up and get our meal prep containers ready. I'm gonna add more sriracha on top. I'm gonna add sesame seeds on top. I am going to add cilantro. Some of the cilantro we chopped up from our salsa. I'm gonna add that on top. And we're gonna add it all together. And put it in our meal prep container. And I'm also gonna add in some of, sorry, technical difficulties. Sorry guys, my Instagram cut out, so I'm back again. And now we're gonna put all this together for our egg roll, our chicken egg roll in a bowl. And I am just gonna move the camera view so you guys can see over here. And I'll remove this. Don't mind all my dishes over there. Okay, so I have my quinoa, cilantro, my sriracha, and then we're gonna do this first. It's gonna be really hot. I'm gonna do 2 cups of the vegetable mixture. The more vegetables, the better. And I am going to do 4 of these. Actually, I'll do 6. We'll probably have enough for 6. 2, 4, 6. I don't have enough counter space, so I'm gonna have to do what I can with what I've got going on here. We'll see what we can do. Gonna move some things, make some space. I'm dropping stuff. Don't mind me back here. Okay, almost there, guys. Make this easier on myself. If I had enough counter space, this would be much easier. Okay, so we're gonna set this up here. There we go. That gives me enough space. 6 of these. And I am gonna start with, I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup in each of these. This is the quinoa. Just gonna dump it out. And if you're more of a low carb person or looking for low carb, you can skip the quinoa altogether. This is actually my favorite part of meal prep, is putting it together in the containers. Kind of like, it's almost like a form of art for me, putting the food together. Kind of like you're creating, do you guys hear my fridge? I have no idea why. We got a new fridge and new appliances, and this fridge is like real loud. I'm not very impressed. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm actually not impressed at all. I mean, it sounds like someone's mowing our yard outside, but it's my fridge. Okay, so next up, I am gonna do 2 cups of vegetables. The vegetable mixture. This is our egg roll in a bowl mix right here. So we'll do 2 cups in each one. I'm gonna start with 1 and then go back and add more. It looks like we won't have quite enough for 2 cups, so we'll do like 1.5 cups in each of these, just to kind of evenly distribute all of the vegetables. I was only planning on making 4 of these, but I ended up making 6. All right. That out of the way. Okay, so we've got our egg roll in the bowl, our quinoa, and now we need to add the chicken. And normally I would weigh it out, and normally I do 4 ounces of chicken. But I'm not gonna weigh it out because I don't have my food scale here, and I'm meal prepping from home this week. Back to my next Monday though, I'm back to my normal meal prep. So I will be meal prepping meals for all of you, all of my customers who normally order. You can place your orders now for next week. This week I wasn't meal prepping, and the week before that I wasn't because it was just, I had some things going on with getting ingredients. It was really hard to get ingredients, but I've got that figured out. Okay, so we'll be back to Monday meal prep. I'm gonna add the chicken in there like that, and you can stir it all around. I'm just gonna kind of put it in the corner over there. And like I said, if you are wondering about the proper portion for protein, it's typically about 4 ounces is about a palm size for an average person. If you're, however, a 300-pound man, your palm is going to be much bigger than my palm. So for the average person, that's about 4 ounces. Okay, so we got the chicken. Then we're gonna sprinkle some cilantro on top. I love cilantro. I eat it on everything. It just adds like such a freshness to everything. So I generously put on the cilantro. I feel like you either love cilantro or you hate it. I love it, so I use it all the time. Then then I'm gonna just kind of stir it around a little bit so you can see all the colors. I want to be able to see all those pretty colors. We eat with our eyes first, you guys. It's really true. Presentation makes a big difference on your food. And how you enjoy it, everything. Okay, so that, and then I'm gonna Sprinkle some sesame seeds on top. You could do green onions, cut up green onions if you didn't want to do cilantro as well. Okay, and then finally I will top it with a little sriracha. That's another thing I put on everything, cilantro and sriracha. Okay, all right guys, now we've got our mason jars, salads, our strawberry salsa, chicken salad. We've got our chicken egg roll in a bowl. We have our Almond Joy protein energy bites, which I need to finish rolling those in balls, but I'm not going to do that with all of you guys. We'll be here all night. Then got our strawberry salsa, and I'm actually going to just add this in here and save it for dipping and eating. If I can get out of there. Yeah, it smells so good. It smells like so fresh. One of my favorite summertime things. All right. And that is our meal prep, you guys. It is, yeah, it's been about I had technical difficulties, so I didn't get on until 5:45. So it's been about an hour's worth of meal prep, but we have 6, 7, 8, 9 meals and a bunch of snacks and some strawberry salsa. So that is all I have for you guys. Now I'm going to finish rolling up these protein balls and cleaning up my kitchen. I will talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed.